I think we're live. Chat, are we live? Let's see. YouTube, are we working? I know we're a little
It
bit
do
late
be
today.
like that. It do be like that, Mr. Stancil.
Oh my, I can't believe it's a meme. That whole thing is just. All right, yeah, we're live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful October 22nd, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. And we're joined by Will Stancil himself.
My Black Studies degree on hand, and we're going to be covering this Virginia poll.
Yeah,
That's going to be the main
so,
story today.
yeah, so everybody knows that basically once a year there's these type of polls that come out that are just so awful that we have to dedicate a whole
Yeah,
stream towards it. Last year, everybody remembers Ann Seltzer's thing. We had to drop everything
yeah.
we're doing.
22, and then in 2022, the poll that was dog shit was that Vermont poll from Trafalgar. And then way back in 2020, you had the infamous ABC Washington Post October Wisconsin
Yep,
poll that had Biden up
triplets or
17.
yeah,
Yeah.
minus 17. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. This is going to be one of those streams. Now, before we get into today's stream, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the content. And if you do have any questions, concerns, or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I will read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. Already, we've got a couple super chats and members. Louis has joined the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. American Nerd for 2. Rap late makes the new Japanese Prime Minister very unhappy. Real. The Video Maker for 2. Morning Rap. Hello there. Good morning, good sir. So, oh boy, we got to talk about it. Do we got to really talk about this poll?
Yes,
All
because
right.
I didn't even do Rap did deep digging. I just looked at the basic crosstabs and knew it was bullshit. So the fact that Rap did, I'm gonna be surprised by some of this shit. I
Oh
just
my.
looked at the immediate crosstabs, saw Independence, Fanburger plus 55, and Jay Jones plus 17, and I was like, okay, disregard it.
All
But yeah,
right.
Rap.
Mago Bayris has been a member for 14 months. Thank you so much, good sir. All right, let's get into it. American Nerd for 5. Rap, would it be accurate to say that the elections in New Jersey and Virginia this year will be a turning point for American politics going forward? I wouldn't go that far, but I do think it
I
would,
don't
like,
think so.
it would solidify, like, I think the realignment, though. That's my prediction. So, okay. For those that don't know, there was a poll that dropped out of Virginia, and everybody has, we had like 3 polls that dropped yesterday. Even the Democrats' own pollster is admitting this race is tied. So that really means like Jay Jones down by 5 for the AG race. All right. Even Lieutenant Governor's within 5. Well, out of nowhere, after Qantas Insights dropped their poll after who was the other one? Was it VCU?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was VCU.
Well, yeah, Virginia Commonwealth University had Sears gaining 3 points from the last poll.
Well, out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, a shit poll came out, and we're not talking about just bad. There is a chance, and I want to be clear about this, is entirely possible this poll could be spot on. Sure, maybe in a best case scenario.
It won't be. I can promise you. Bet, like, I would bet half my bank account that Jay Jones will not win by 5.
Yeah, this is a poll, everybody.
Sears is not going to lose by 13. I don't know. Reed could lose by 9, but that's very unlikely. I mean,
No, they have him losing by 11.
Oh, they do? Because there's some indicators pointing that, like, Reed could win. Like, some polls are having it, like, tied. Yeah.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, this is conducted by State Navigate, which is, listen, the idea of it's pretty good, but it's ran by some, how do I put this nicely? Hacks. That's one way to put it. Like, that organization's ran by hacks, and they pumped out this shit poll. Spangenberger plus 13, but the egregious one, they have Jay Jones winning by 5, and he's cracking 50%?
I'd like to point out Chaz Nuttycombe, the guy who runs it, works for Spanberger.
Yeah, or at least used to. I cannot confirm if he still does, but used to.
He's been affiliated with her in the past. So, yeah. Like, this, yeah.
So, and the House delegates have a plus 12, which is just insane. I my question is, who the hell did they poll? Well, actually, we do know. I mean, obviously Luke looked at the top line. I mean, look at independents. According to them, Spanberger's winning independents by 55 points. Not at 55%. They're saying she's winning them by 55 points. Jones up by 17. Hashmi up by 32. This is a real poll, by the way.
So, by the way, in terms, that would be like 77 to 23.
Yeah. She would be getting like 75% of the vote. American Nerd for 2. VCU is a crappy school, especially in basketball. I don't really know. K-Cub for 2. This means Harris plus 3 in Iowa's real guys book it. Yeah, it's the same people. The same people that push that shit are now conducting their own polls. They're conducting their own shit. I think they use like SurveyMonkey or something. And my God, this is what they came out with. Which, by the way, you know what's very suspicious about this poll before we get into the crosstabs? And we're talking about this before the stream. But everybody probably doesn't know, but they have a forecast for State Navigate for Virginia. And this is the weird thing, okay? So they have Spanberger up by 13. You know what their forecast found before the poll dropped? Luke, take a guess. Just take a guess.
Their
forecast.
For the AG or governor?
For governor.
For governor. D plus 13.
It was D plus 12. Okay, I got it right here. D plus 11.
D plus 13.
Yeah, D plus 11, D plus 12. And the thing is, according to them, there is a higher chance of Spanberger winning by 20% than there is of Winsome Sears winning at all. They're claiming there's 0% chance. Or, excuse me, 2%. They give Sears a 2% chance of winning. Okay? Right? So, already you could tell there's something suspicious, and it's not just that. And you look at the forecast, it's like, wait, what? I mean, you look at the AG race. Same thing. Mysteriously, they had a D plus 5. Now it's D plus 4.5. They mysteriously, for whatever reason, their magical forecast had basically the same results as their poll. Keep going. Lieutenant Governor, they had a D plus 8. So that's the only one kind of outside the margin of error. But the other two races, they were saying that they had the exact margin as their poll. Does nobody find that suspicious at all? Anybody?
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting people he pulled. What was the sample size again?
Oh, it's like 638, which that's, about like, the minimum. Like the minimum's like 600 for America First Insight, which, yeah, America First Insight, we have a minimum of 600, I think it is. So it is above the minimum. It's not like
my
2.
average is pretty liberal about, well, not politically liberal, but lax on who we like. I had pretty much every poll that comes across, even the internals, like direct campaign sponsored. But this is just such a bullshit outlier that I'm not adding it. Also, Chaz Nuttycombe has 0 experience in the field. I don't think he's ever conducted a poll before. And then he just shits out a poll that is saying exactly what his model said. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, very suspicious.
Yeah, we'll get the crosstabs because they have it up. Now, they might delete it after the stream because, it's when you realize what they're saying, I think they made it up. That's my take. K-Cub for 2. This means Harris, read that already. K-Cub for 5. Pollster, we pulled 4,000 Democrats and 47 Republicans. We have concluded that in a 4,047 electorate, after properly weighing, is a D plus 457, that blue wave. Basically, that's what they did here.
No, and from what it looks like, he's expecting like Wisconsin Supreme Court level electorate. That's what he's expecting.
Let me pull up because I'm gonna read the Fox voter analysis because this is a good comparison, like the exit polls from Virginia. Whoops, wrong one. So let me pull up here Virginia exit polls. Because I just want to demonstrate how shit this really is, okay? So, where are we at? Where is the poll at? Right here. Okay. So, for context, okay? In 2024, Harris got 93% of the liberal vote. Trump got 5%. And the liberal vote in Virginia makes up about 31% of the electorate. Okay, moderates 32%, conservatives 38%. So it's plurality conservative. That's important to note. Plurality conservative by 7% compared to liberals. Well, let me just pull up the crosstabs, everybody. Again, this is Virginia. These are exit polls. These are not just, a poll or whatever. These are actual exit polls from 2024. Well, you pull up the crosstabs right here, and here's a funny thing, okay? Where's it at? Right here. So according to them, you want to know how liberal the sample is?
How liberal?
Let's do the math here. So it's 9% very liberal, all right? It's 15% liberal, and a weird thing they added is 8% slightly liberal. Do the math. That's what? 32% that say they're liberal, okay? Conservative, 20%. Very conservative, 12%. So they're claiming that the electorate compared to 2024 shifted like 5 or 6 points to the left, to liberals, okay? But here's the weird thing about this poll, okay? So already, you can tell there's some massive problems. I mean, like, okay, the electorate's changing, that's one thing. According to them, she is winning 100% of very liberal voters and 100% of liberal voters, okay? Yeah. So, you're telling me that there were, what is that, like 163 people that said very liberal or liberal, and every single one of them picked Abigail Spanberger for governor. Does it sound just a bit odd?
Not even any unsures, by the way.
Yeah, no unsures. Just, excuse me, there was like one that said like Winsome Sears for liberal. Outside of that, it is literally 99.9% yes for voting for her. And for slightly liberal, only 5% of voters said either Winsome Sears or they don't know. So that basically means that according to the sample, 8% of liberal voters are voting for Spanberger for governor. Huh, very strange, isn't it? What is that?
What percent of conservative voters is she getting? I'm honestly curious.
Yeah, so Winsome Sears, she is getting 99% of very conservative voters, okay? But for conservatives, she's barely cracking 91%. And moderates, this is the good one, okay? According to them, Sears is getting 28% of the moderates, and Spanberger's getting 67%. So D plus 40 with moderates. 2024, Harris won moderates in Virginia by 20. So not only are they claiming that it's going to be a much more liberal electorate, which it could be, that's one thing, but that the moderates...
It's not showing up in any of the early vote, though. It's not showing up. It's what Christian Hines is showing, it's literally the 24 electorate. Like, there's like maybe a 0.3% Democrat. The Dems are turning out slightly more. But like outside of that, it's basically the 24 electorate.
Yeah. But essentially, I can't get over this. They are basically saying that she's going to win over 70% of liberals. Winsome Sears not even cracking 30%, like D plus 40, a 20-point shift with moderates. And conservatives, meanwhile, at least with somewhat conservative, they're swinging against her, which is one thing. Like, okay, whatever. There's always be some voters that vote the other direction. No matter what they say, you're always going to like 1 or 2%. But oddly enough, liberals all been voting for Sears or Spanberger. Every single one of them. All for Spanberger.
If only. If only they were all voting for Sears.
Yeah, I wish. I wonder why that's the case. I don't even want to know who they pulled. All right, but let's just keep going because it gets a lot worse. Because you might have noticed something with this poll, okay, with the liberal sample. Okay, this is by ideology. So, for the ideology, they mention 6 options. Very conservative, there's actually 7. Don't know, very conservative, conservative, moderate, slightly liberal, liberal, and very liberal. Luke, did you hear something missing there? Did you hear something that didn't sound right?
Can you repeat that? I was just looking at it because Jasmine Crockett just announced she's potentially going to run for
Oh
Senate.
God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, they have
She said she's quote unquote very likely to hop into the Senate.
that racist shit show. At this point, Paxton can win. So, okay, these are the options: very liberal, liberal, slightly liberal, moderate, conservative, and very conservative. And of course, I don't know.
Wow. That's crazy. So there's all these variations of liberal, and there's just you're a far right conservative or a moderate.
There are 3 options for liberal and 2 options for conservative. So basically,
this guy clearly knows how to do polling. I don't know about you guys.
That is like a big no-no, by the way. You can't do shit like that because that fucks up the whole sample. It messes up the weights because it's like, wait, that means those slightly liberals, those people that said slightly liberal, more than likely a lot of them would have said moderate. They would have said, so this sample, it's like she's winning moderates in this poll by like 80 points, according to them, if you include the slightly liberal. So they stack the liberals with one way, with all these people, so they can fuck up the sample. That's what it looks like they did here. Seriously. K-Cub for 2. Did a BS poll like this drop in 2021 for Virginia? No, there wasn't actually.
There were a lot of shitty ones in New Jersey, though.
Yeah, New Jersey, they were pretty bad, but it wasn't as egregious as this. Because
remember the recall? Remember when the recall was like 50-50?
Yeah, I remember that. American Nerd for 3. I'm getting insulted flashbacks from this. Yeah, I am too. Sam Madsen for 5. Chaz Honeycomb used SurveyMonkey for this poll. No, seriously. Yeah. It's like, if you use SurveyMonkey, those that don't know, that is bad. That is like, you don't use that. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit.
Also, I'll say too, you really didn't see it in 21 because now we're getting to a point where even like spring Supreme Court elections are uber politicized. Like back in 2021, you really didn't have that in Virginia and New Jersey. People talked a bit about it after it happened because a lot of people were surprised Youngkin won. But like, it seems like this is the first year that people are actually paying attention to off-year elections.
Yeah.
Like the national media. Like in 2021, you didn't see the national media constantly talking about Virginia and the lead up. But you do see the national media now. Like the Jay Jones stuff is a national story. You know, everyone's talking about this.
Yeah, let's just keep going because it gets pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, let's just keep going. Luke, what % of 18 to 29 are voting for Spanberger?
God, probably like 70.
Okay, just a bit of context for everybody. In Virginia, back in 2024, 18 to 29, actually, we don't got that. Shit. Yeah, actually, we do. 18 to 29 voted for Harris by only 5 points. She got 52%. Trump got 47%. So you would assume a little bit better than Harris.
Damn. Dude, Trump did better than Youngkin with that demographic. Because I was just looking at those.
Spanberger is currently getting, of 18 to 29-year-olds, which, of course, it is a smaller sample size, but still, this is insane. She is getting 72% of the young vote.
That's crazy, bro.
Winsome Sears, meanwhile, she is getting 22%.
Dude, that is like UK conservatives levels of young voter support.
So she is they are saying that Spanberger is winning young people by 50 points. And there's a bunch of voters that said they don't know. 30 to 44, she's at what? What is that, 55%? Or excuse me, 56% with old people, or 30 to 44. 45, 64, she's at 51%. 65 or older, she's currently at 55%.
Checks out.
Yeah. What the hell is this? This is a real poll, by the way. This is not some bullshit thing. This is real. A real poll that they pushed out. And we'll just keep going. Just keep going. I know Virginia's a bit more liberal. I get that, but like this is insane. And let's go to AG actually, because I'm very curious about something. For AG, where is it at?
How are the moderates moving in the AG race?
Oh, moderates. Let's see. Where is it at? Shoot, where'd it go? Right here. Oh my gosh. According to these clowns, the moderates in Virginia are breaking for Jay Jones by, what is that? By 20 points. 20.
Do be like that, Mr. Stancil.
Oh my gosh. And you look at the rest of it, you still got very liberals, basically 98% voting for him. For liberals, it's like, I don't know what that is. It's like freaking, like 90, what is that? 98%? 96%?
Yeah, that would be Jay Jones overperforming Harris with moderates. Because you said Harris won moderates by like 19.
They're claiming that moderates are shifting so far to the left, even in the AG race. For independents, same thing. Independents, they're breaking for Jay Jones by, what is that? That's like 46. Mirez by like 4.
Easy, dude.
My gosh. And speaking of that, according to them, this is a D+6 sample, which is not a surprise. This is bad. This
I thought it was D+8. I thought it was like 39 Dem to 31 R.
It says 38% Democrat, 32% Republican.
Ah, I see.
My gosh.
And here's the problem. They probably did do a D+8 sample. The problem, or 6 sample, but you know what the problem is? The independents they survey, and this is what these people do. By the way, you see a lot of professional polls doing this too recently. What they do is like, they'll actually sometimes give like an R+2 sample. But what they'll do is they'll give a shit ton of independents, like way more than there should be. And the independents will lean heavily left. Like, that's what happens.
Yeah. And let's just keep going. All right, let's just keep going. Because young kids' approval with young people, 26% approve. And disapprove, 60%. So minus 35 with young people. And in total, actually, young kids at 46% approve, 47% disapprove. So -1.
Yeah, that's another thing. Youngkin's got a negative approval. Like, how?
What is this? Who pushed this shit out? So yeah, guys, this poll's obviously bullshit. I don't care what you say. This is horseshit. And they actually pulled the they did a recall 24 ballot, and this proves everything. According to them, Harris won Virginia by how much, Lou? How much did she win Virginia by?
5.8.
According to them, Harris won Virginia by 11.
Holy fuck.
Right here. And she's at 51%, while Trump's at 40%. And not just that, they're claiming that 6% of voters in Virginia voted third party. So really, this is like a D+17 sample. Because those independents, they were left-leaning in 2024. Those third-party voters. Holy shit. This is bad. Like, this is... Who approved of this? Who?
It was revealed to him in a dream, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
That he must release.
This is just wow. K-Cup for 2. Is a young kid still incredibly popular there? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is just... What are we doing here? What are we doing? And the whole, like, I don't even understand this part. Like, Are they claiming that Trump voters are not voting for Ramirez? What the hell? Oh, it's the wrong one. About to say for a second.
The Trump J. Jones voter.
They exist according to this poll. According to them, 3% of Trump voters are voting for J. Jones. 3%. Meanwhile, only 7% of Harris voters are voting for J. Jones. Which, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that would still mean it swings to the right. K-Cub for 2. Izzy Youngkin's, like, still incredibly popular there. I think I read that already. Yeah, he's still popular.
Every other poll has him at least plus 5 to 10 on a bad day.
There is no such thing. Okay, there are J. Jones Trump voters. They exist. But it's like 1%. Not 3%. And, like, you have a bunch of voters that don't know and they're slightly leaning towards her. What is this? This is bullshit. And funny enough, though, the one thing they did pull accurately in this poll, it seems like, is that the voters that did not vote in 2024 lean to the right, according to this poll, at least for the AG race. The ones that did not vote, they're breaking for Ramirez by around, what is that? Like 6, 7 points?
How are they breaking in the governor's race?
For the governor race? For governor, let's see here. They're breaking for Spanberger by only 6.
By how much? The math isn't mathing here. What
yeah,
the fuck?
Something's not. This is just bullshit. Yeah, and third-party voters are breaking for.
How is it breaking for?
What the hell?
Like, dude, the math just isn't mathing here. Yeah.
And third-party voters are barely breaking for Spanberger. Guys, ignore this poll. This is garbage. This is bullshit.
Usually, I'd say toss it in the average because
no, if it's this bad,
doesn't deserve that.
This is just. And Mr. John Rose, hello.
He's been here for like 15 minutes. Dude.
I did not realize that.
Well, it's good for me because until there's something I can pipe in on, I can keep working.
Okay. You're pretty quiet, by the way, but yeah.
Oh, but we do have another news story in a minute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, overall, guys, this poll is just bullshit. Ignore it. Yeah. And you can keep going, by the way. I mean, like, freaking, it gets crazier. Like, the, let's see. Oddly enough, Sears is winning Catholic voters, which is just weird.
Sears isn't winning Catholics.
She's winning Catholics according to this poll by, like, 11. But yeah, hold on. How is she losing then? What? Because, okay. Oh, that's why. According to this poll, Spanberger's winning 88% of those that are agnostic or atheist. Bullshit.
Wow.
Bullshit. And she's winning 71% of those prefer not to say horseshit. And it's a big sample of 2. Guys, this poll is bullshit. That's the moral of the story. I'm done. This is just ridiculous. I mean, seriously. Qantas Insights released a poll just a day ago disproving all of this.
I think this was in direct response to it.
Oh, it
you know
was.
What this strikes me as? This strikes me as, fuck, we're in trouble in the average. We need a push pull. That's what.
Yeah, we need bullshit. Unbelievable. So, overall, everybody, ignore this poll. It's garbage. It is really Ann Seltzer poll this cycle. Could they be right? Maybe. Maybe it's correct. But it's like, yeah, they would have been better off not releasing their crosstabs. They didn't even try. They just shat this out and called it a day. All right.
But yeah, I want to quickly update people with some big political news. Canada might be going back to the polls in December.
I saw that.
This real quick. So basically, how it works in Canada, when they can't pass the budget, instead of the government just shutting down like it does in America, they actually have to go to the polls. Like it triggers a election. And by the way, that might not be the most efficient, but like, come on, guys. Most of the world, when people can't pass a budget, you just run off the previous budget until, like, that's what I don't know why we can't just do that here. Why does the government just shut down? I think it's stupid. We gotta fix that. But that's besides the point. But yeah, basically the NDP, which the liberals are basically relying on them to not collapse the government. The NDP do not want to vote for their budget in November. And if they don't vote for the budget and the bloc doesn't vote for the budget, which the bloc, unless there's serious concessions, the bloc won't vote for it, then liberals don't have a majority, so they're going to go to the polls. And Carney might not even try to get it passed. You know why? Because there's a lot of rumors that he is angling to get a majority government. So he might. But the thing is, he can't. If he called the election, because the prime minister has the ability to call the election whenever. If he called the election, there'd be a lot of backlash. Like, people would not like it. But if he purposefully bungles the budget so it fails, it won't look like he did it. It'll look like the other parties did it. But here's the thing: it would be very interesting if Canada goes to the polls, because Pierre and the Conservatives, after they lost the election, they did something that I didn't think was possible. They actually started moving to the right on immigration, which is shocking. And now they have a more right-wing immigration viewpoint than Trump has. Like, they're
Really?
openly in favor. Yeah, they even have a more right-wing viewpoint than Farage. Yeah, he wants to have net negative immigration.
W to chat for, was that Pierre?
Now, conservatives, as of 2 weeks ago, have now taken a lead in the national polls. Which means if there's an election, there's a very good chance that Pierre could end up prime minister. This wouldn't be the April election. This would be a literal 50-50 race, which the April one was 50-50 too, but the polls didn't look like it. Now with it looking like conservatives are slightly ahead, Carney might be out. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be a gamble from Carney, because Carney really doesn't like a minority government. In many ways, it's almost better to be in the opposition than have a minority government. It's just horrible. Imagine being at the mercy of the Quebecers who want to leave Canada and the NDP who are just woke. You'd probably rather be in the minority. That's Carney's whole thing. So stay tuned. I'll be updating you guys regularly before that budget happens. And should Canada go to an election, can we stream it? Raph,
Yeah, we'll stream it. We'll stream it this time.
Yeah, you didn't last time. Because last time you thought it wasn't going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And it ended up being one of the most interesting elections.
It was a shit show. I remember that. All right, Saul Goodman for 2. Real Canadian politics. Hopefully PP wins. Real Canadian politics. K-Cup for 2.
Look, earlier this year, I was kind of like, Pierre. Like, obviously, it'd be better than Carney. But, now, I'm actually interested, because, this will be the most right-wing government on immigration in decades if he gets in. He actually learned something. It's crazy. Because typically they don't.
All right.
Cooking.
K-Cup for 2. By the way, Luke, thoughts on Eric Toney running for Wisconsin AG?
I mean, I don't mind him. I mean, he lost last time, barely. I think if we win the governor's show, that's another stupid thing. Why the fuck is Michaels getting in? What the actual fuck? Why? He's probably getting in with a Trump endorsement. What do we have? Tiffany. Tiffany's proven to fundraise well. Why the fuck are we doing this again?
Run it back with Michaels. Tim Michaels Truthers. We're going to do it this time.
I think Michaels probably could still win, especially if it's Barnes.
Well, yeah, but Barnes running now. What are they doing?
Who's fundraised $2 million every single week he's been in the race. And then you have Tim Michaels, the guy who didn't want to travel the state because he didn't like not being home for dinner. Actual quote by Michaels, by the way. Why are you dealing with this guy?
Real pay. Listen, I'm a Tim Michael enjoyer. I don't care. I'm going out the ship. Obviously I love Tom. I'm supporting Tom Tiffany, but it's kind of funny. It's Michael's a good guy.
I like Tiffany's not a bad guy. I mean, not Tiffany. Michaels isn't a bad guy. He's smoking and stuff. He's a nice guy. I've met him. I like his policy. the problem is his personality is just dog water. He's got some of the best policies in Wisconsin. You know, he was a pro-union Republican. He ran on that in the primary in 22, but then in the general, all the Scott Walker advisors who basically took over his campaign were like, oh, we can't do that. We'll lose Waukesha. We can't do that. You know, like,
Great.
and then he ended up struggling in the Pearl.
Yeah. But it's funny, oddly enough, did better in Milwaukee, which was kind of funny, but all right, American Hero for 2. I prefer Carney because he bends a knee to Trump. That is true.
I think Pierre, gonna be honest.
But I want a little bit more information from you about this new platform, because ever since last year, Pierre has been saying stuff about immigration, but most of what I had heard was like
this is what I'll tell you.
a marginal reduction in immigration, and the people that I knew from Canada were criticizing
This isn't a
Poilievre for not
marginal-
having. Okay. So before you have a spastic attack, I am actually asking you for information. The information I'm asking you for is, how has the policy platform changed from April to today? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know the full specifics, but what I do know, I've learned, because I got a friend who's kind of in Canadian. He doesn't work in Canadian politics, but he follows it a lot, and he's someone who did not like Pierre in April, and now he's talking about like how he loves this immigration plan. But the thing is, he wants net negative immigration, so that means like we lose more immigrants than we gain, that type of thing. So more of them naturally die in a year than we gain. So that's in opposition to like what Nigel Farage wants in the UK, for example. He wants net zero. So it's like the immigrant population stays steady, basically. We don't bring in any more. Basically, it would stay steady. So for everyone that dies, you bring one in. Pierre wants for every 2 that die, maybe you'd have 1 come in. So that counts as net negative. So it's decreasing.
That would be a new policy. I need to find more information on that, because I haven't been seeing much recently with Canadian politics. That would be a great development.
Yeah.
That's what the entire West should be doing, in my opinion.
Remigration, yes.
Yeah, again, my take is simple with immigration. It should be net zero at most. that's my take.
Funny, because this whole like immigration thing of him moving right actually started because of a bill by an Indian member of parliament named Jamil Javani. It's funny, and you want to know something interesting about Jamil Javani? He was J.D. Vance's best man at his wedding.
What?
Yes, he was like personal good friends with J.D. Vance. He still is, yeah. And he's
That
a
is
member of
actually
Parliament.
what the hell?
He won Aaron O'Toole's seat in a by-election. Aaron O'Toole was the guy who led the Conservatives in 2021 and then lost. But yeah, so yeah, you have a guy who's friends with Vance, who is an Indian, who's actually pushed Pierre to the right on the issue.
What
Just
the
saying.
hell?
Right,
That is
and
cursed.
when Pierre looks, and the conservatives in general look at their performance in April, that is the main thing that they should be talking to themselves about as well. Like, we tried to like run an economy, and we got success more than before, but we didn't get enough success to actually control the government. So no, it just makes perfect sense for them to pivot right on immigration.
We got some breaking news, everybody, out of North Carolina. It is official. The North Carolina congressional map has just passed the House and the Senate, and it does not need the governor's signature. Therefore, this is the new congressional map. It is now 11-3. They have flipped on Davis's seat.
And I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but the reason the governor can't veto is because in the 1990s, the Democrats in North Carolina wanted to keep the GOP governor from vetoing their bills, and so they changed the rules.
Yeah. It's over. So we got
it's
plus
100% their fault.
One of which
It's
was
100% their fault.
One of which was Roy Cooper, by the way. He was one of the guys who spearheaded it. Yeah, who basically led that, spearheaded it. I've got the words mixed up.
the North Carolina courts better back the fuck down. Well, the courts can't really do much now, and like it's Republican control now, so I'm not too worried about it. So North Carolina's
Also, speaking of Roy Cooper, there was just a brutal ad dropped on.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, of what's her freaking name?
No, and here's the thing. That ad was supposed to come out right after the killing, but there was one problem. The Charlie Kirk thing happened.
Yeah.
So it came out a little later. And it would have seemed kind of weird to run an ad about that killing right after the stuff.
Yeah, so I think overall with North Carolina, they don't piss around there. It's clear. And I think right now Republicans, this is +1 in North Carolina's House. I think at this point, the likelihood of getting a majority in the House or keeping a majority is looking better and better by the day. We're to the point where we're going to seriously discuss it.
Also came out, Indiana's doing 2 seats.
Yeah, I want to bring that up because there is an article going around that's a bit misleading and people looked into it. And for those that don't know, an article came out from Politico, I think it was. And what they said was, the headline was, Republicans don't have the votes to pass the map. Let me pull this up. Indiana.
How's it going, guys? Don't worry.
Hello. We're talking about Indiana now.
Oh, yeah, their legislator.
Because it's a bit misleading what's being reported. So, what?
Don't mind the rap music that's playing. I'm at the campus gym. I'm leaving right now, though.
I don't hear any rap.
Oh, rap.
Okay. Ha 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 ha.
I think I might have been Kanye. I'm not even sure. I was at a political science. I was at a some political science event on my campus for a little bit. So
yeah. So right here. This was the thing that was reported. Politico said Indiana Republicans don't have votes to back Trump's redistricting. Senate Leader Spock says, and when you actually read it, it says, Politico spoke to 4 people close on sensitive talks, all of whom were granted blah, blah, blah. Indiana State Senate Republicans' latest move threatens to upend what was planned. 3 people said Indiana Governor Mike Braun was inclined to call a special session. Blah, blah, blah. But one of the Republicans cautioned that colleagues were confused by the instructions for the survey because the administration did not provide guidance on how to move forward. 2 of those Republicans briefed the poll, so the White House believed the poll showed the majority of the holdout caucus supports mid-cycle redistricting, but they said that Bray and his leadership team represent the majority of no votes. If Bray would have personally released his leadership to support this, there will be enough votes for this to pass. So basically, it's going to pass. They're going to force the leadership to vote yes. The White House believes they have the votes in Indiana. It just basically.
Well, yeah, I mean they're gonna force everybody to vote yes, or it'll still be primary challenges. Yeah.
So basically, what's happening is they're kind of disagreeing on like how far they want 8-1. The White House wants 9-0. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
I think that, or I think what it is.
It sounds like they're gonna go a 9-9.
Yeah,
they kind. I mean, I think they're gonna have to do what the White House wants, so they don't get primaried out. They probably just don't know what the White House wants. I mean, I don't know if they've actually clearly stated their intention, which I imagine is 9-0.
Yeah, so apparently
the problem in some of these red states is they don't have to deal with a serious Democrat opposition. So usually they want to be best buddies with the Dems legislature. So they don't want to be too mean to them. That's the problem with some of these safe red states. Dems don't do that in their safe states.
Oh, they don't give a shit about that, yeah. They're like, screw you.
Republicans and the legislatures don't exist, bro. It's like invisible.
I mean, that's kind of what happened in Illinois. They just told them to get lost.
Yeah. So apparently from what I'm hearing, people are saying like they're not voting against redistricting. They just don't know what to do. They don't know what the admin wants to do. So that's not.
I mean, Pritzker defended gerrymandering in the state house by saying, none of you guys want to work with Republicans, right? The guy, that's what his point literally said.
Well, he defended it on Stephen Colbert, joking about a bunch of kindergartners drawing the map.
Which is
like even Stephen Colbert, like the most resist-lib talk show host, pressured him on the map. Even though he probably
losing his job next May because he is too much of a hack, said that the map was bad.
Yeah.
No, I think he just pressured him on it, but I mean Colbert supports the map.
All right, K-Cub for 5. Remember my friend's boomer liberal dad gushing over California countering Texas redistricting. Meanwhile, he had no idea this was happening. Well, that's a lot of Democrats. Like, they're so, even to this day, like the Adam Carlsons of the world, they're so delusional. They can't even factor in redistricting in Florida, North Carolina, These other states, they don't talk about that. They just say, "Oh,
Okay,
California counters Texas."
Okay, speaking of California, I don't know if y'all talked about the ad spending.
Yeah, that's bad. It's over.
9,000 to like 10 million to 9,000.
From what?
That is
I
insane.
never want to hear Kevin McCarthy's name again. Remember how much pledged like 100 million?
Yep.
He was going to fundraise
Here-
100 million.
Here's what actually happened from what I've heard. Okay, so we're getting killed in the ad spending, but it's Kevin McCarthy's fault because what was going to happen is McCarthy was going to lead the charge of that fundraising wise. He promised the GOP 100 million. That's literally what he said. He never did it. So the Republicans, they did not prepare for that. They thought they were covered on that front, so they focused on Virginia, New Jersey, and even Pennsylvania a little bit. So
I mean, even Pennsylvania, they're getting killed in the ad spending.
Yeah.
How much money have Dems dumped into just canceling out Texas?
yeah,
That could have gone, holding Jersey.
Like
Which-
I should mention this, by the way, the only races that were not losing to Democrats are in ad spending. Is Virginia Attorney General, we're up, and we're going to stay that way. And then Virginia Governor, we're tied.
yeah.
That's it, Virginia, because we're pouring all of our money into Virginia now to try to get the.
From what I heard, there's going to be a lot of last-minute ad spending in New Jersey. On the
Yeah, sounds like we're doing a lot of late spending in New
Yep.
Jersey, but yeah,
And Virginia.
yeah,
I can confirm
Yeah,
Virginia too.
yeah, California's a done deal. California's done. It's done. And by the way, I should mention with California, that's actually where the Democrats are spending their most ad money
Yeah.
of any of those races. 10 million. Just barely under 10 million.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to the fundraising stuff, for California, that was McCarthy's fault. They're never going to listen to McCarthy again. They shouldn't. That was freaking stupid. What? I thought Kevin McCarthy's a good fundraiser, everybody. He's so good
I
at
think
fundraising.
I think he's just salty for getting his ass kicked out of the house.
I mean, you had an opportunity. Now, the thing is, I've heard, though, that the courts might
They're
strike
so
down.
desperate because of turnout that they're like at the point where they don't want to lose by so much. So they want to get Trump to tell people to get out the vote. And that's like the worst thing they can do because they're trying to make it a bipartisan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trump's not going to
referendum,
mention anything about that. He's not going to talk about it. He shouldn't. But yeah. McCarthy hasn't been relevant for years now. No, here's the thing though. He was actually leading the charge of California for redistricting against it. You look it up. I'm not exaggerating. He promised, look it up, Kevin McCarthy $100 million or whatever it was. He promised that. I'm going to pull it up. McCarthy redistricting 100. I got to pull this up. Because he promised a bunch of money. I gotta find it. Grok, help me out here. Grok, McCarthy redistricting 100 million. Because it might not be 100 million, but it was something ridiculous like that. I gotta pull it up. Well, yeah, I got it right here. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Oh, because they're desperate for the House. That's why they're so desperate in California. So.
By the way, did y'all talk about Jasmine Crockett running for Senate now?
Yeah, we talked a little about that. Yeah, Kevin
Yeah,
McCarthy. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so that means that both primaries in Texas for Senate are going to be freeways.
What a shit show.
Yeah.
So that helps. By the way, that does help Paxton a lot for the general. So.
Well, I don't know. I still think it's going to be Tallarico.
Yeah, probably.
Though I will say that probably does get Crockett. Actually, no. No, it doesn't, because Crockett and Allred are both from Dallas.
DG Aftershock for 2. The Chaz Poll use Survey Monkey. I mean, bruh, Lamau. Yeah. American Nerd for 5. I thought it was Arnold, who was leading the charge against redistricting in California. This is the first I've heard McCarthy.
Yeah,
involved.
he's the one that's doing it, but I don't think he's got the money. Though.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's rich, but
he was the
he's
one
not the one funding. Sorry.
right here. I got the political article pulled up right here. Again, McCarthy was in charge of fundraising. Arnold was like the spokesperson of this.
I tell you that.
What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
and background conversations.
Right here. This is from Political. This is from August, okay? Right here. Okay, August of 2025. McCarthy recently told his former home state congressional delegation that he is aiming to raise $100 million for the opposition campaign. He was the one fundraising the money, and it never happened. I never want to hear a damn word about McCarthy ever again. He stunk as speaker. He's a bullshitter. Oh, he's a good fundraiser. Where's the money at? I know Republicans are not spending. He was supposed to fundraise for this, and he fucked up.
Like I said, I think what's happening is he's just salty about getting removed as speaker.
Yeah. He's still
Because
mad
again,
about that.
right after that, he resigned from Congress.
Freaking
So
dumbass.
he wasn't even a team player to begin with. So
He never
I think
was.
he's just
He was always about himself.
he's out for revenge. That's basically what it is. He's out for revenge.
He promised $100 million, and we got nothing. We got jack shit.
So yeah, he's basically saying, "Oh yeah, you guys kicked me out of the speakership, so I'm giving Democrats control of Congress as punishment."
And by the way, CalMatters.org, they looked into this. They said, where is it? They said Kevin McCarthy, he only transferred a total of $1 million into the campaign. And this was in the middle of October.
Oh, breaking news, by the way, the North Carolina congressional map, the new
We
one
already
is
said that.
official.
It
is official, yeah.
We reported that. Yeah, so I got right here, everybody. He promised that much money, and he gave nothing. Gave jack shit. K-Cub for 2. Do you think Trump would invite Arnold to the White House? They don't like each other. Who replaced him in the House? It was Vince Vaughn, I think it was, right?
Vince Vaughn, who will still be in the House because he's not being drawn out.
Yeah. Yeah, funny how that works.
Well, he also represents Bakersfield in the Central Valley. That's not really an area you can easily draw out. Especially with trends as well.
All right. American Nerd for 3. Was it McCarthy Paul Ryan's protege or something? They're buddies.
They were all pretty much protege. The young guns, I think, were just all proteges of each other.
All right. Yeah, they're all good friends with each other. That's all I know. George Soros would have been an amazing speaker because he could fundraise. Yeah, he can raise money, everybody. Well, for George Soros. I know we got breaking news, everybody. Senator Scott Wiener of California is running for House.
That's not really That's not
It's
really
official.
new news.
It's official.
Oh, okay. Oh. I think he launched his campaign a few days ago. It just took libs of TikTok like a week to report it. Sorry. Anyway,
So do we like Wiener?
No.
that is so
Hell
true.
nah.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they're good
Being
stuff.
a bit
I like.
immature.
Yeah, I like wieners, especially the one from Nathan's Hot Dog. You know, those are good stuff.
It's good stuff, man.
I like wieners dipped in corn batter. You know, like the State Fair of Texas. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Wiener's running, everybody. He gets Nancy Pelosi, I think it is.
He's not going to win that prime. I think I tweeted this out earlier, but I think what's basically happening is he wanted to wait to run for Congress until Nancy Pelosi retired. I think what's happening is, well, one, there's the Mamdani effect where you're getting a lot more progressives running for office. The other thing is, I think he may have just accepted or knows that Pelosi wants to die in office, and he's just impatient.
Yeah.
So I guess he just wants to go for it now rather than wait 10 or more years until Nancy Pelosi finally dies in office.
Well,
Yeah,
like, isn't it pretty much time for like an old people calling in the Democrat Party? So it's like I don't blame him. I mean,
Yeah.
like it does not really for our interests particularly, but for them, they're all ready. They're all ready to kick everyone out. They're ready to kick Schumer out. They're ready to kick Pelosi out. They're ready for them all to go.
It's
All right.
it's the Democrat Party basically.
K Cup for 2. F Wieners Bratzworther sad. Oh gosh.
I want to see that Democrat Tea Party accounts endorse Scott Wiener, or actually no, they don't endorse, they demand.
Well, Scott Wiener, for those that don't know, has a very he should be thrown in prison, unironically, for some of the stuff he supports.
He's got an interesting physiognomy.
And don't look up what he supports. Unironically, he supports some fucked up stuff. So
yeah, like knowingly giving people AIDS in California.
yeah, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. All right. All right. He's sick of waiting for Pelosi. Yeah, that's true. It just he's sick of it. It's like, okay, she's gonna live forever. I mean, how old is Pelosi? Like 86, right? How old is she? Nancy Pelosi. She is currently 85. So she'll be 86 next year.
Yes. There's also, I told you all about Steny Hoyer a while back. He's 86. He might retire. I don't know, though.
All right.
Oh, hang on a second.
What?
Give me a second. I think I just found a poll from Texas. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Hold on, wrong chat.
All right. DJ Aftershock for 2, my bluer electorate, my fundamentals in Virginia, basically.
Okay, here's the poll from Texas Southern University.
Oh, they released one?
Yeah, with Jasmine Crockett in it. Not only does it have her winning the first round, it also has her winning all the runoffs.
They're going to get Jim Crockett. They're going to do it.
I mean, it's just one poll.
They're going to do it.
Get too cocky about it
Pick
yet.
Crockett.
I still think as of now it'll probably be Tallarico, but
oh, they conducted this freaking 2 weeks ago, and it took them a whole month. Okay, throw it out.
Yeah, they might have just wanted. They might have known she was going to run. They just wanted to release it now. I don't know. Like I said, I still think it'll be I think it's still going to be Cornet versus Tallarico.
The fact that she's even beating Beto.
Well, I don't think Beto's going to run.
Well, yeah, I obviously, but it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, Beto's like he's the kingmaker of the Texas Democrat Party.
Yeah, he's their king. Apparently, he's also not even going to endorse. So I thought he was, but I guess he's not.
All right.
I guess if he was going to support somebody, it would probably be Tallarico.
Texas safe Republican if that happens. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just support support Hunt. I think we're gonna win no matter what with Hunt. That's just my take. It's my opinion. What?
Let's see. Oh, yes, we got Catherine Clark of Massachusetts says made a comment on the shutdown.
Great.
Families will suffer, but it's our only leverage.
Seriously, that's her message.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what I think. I've also heard that John Ossoff was texting, or I guess there were messages leaked from John Ossoff where he said he was voting against ending the shutdown to get more money.
All right, American Nerd for 5. Magic Crockett ran for Texas governor and said on the debate stage she calls Abbott Hot Wheels again. She should. She should do that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so the Democrats' plan for the shutdown is families will suffer. Man, what a great tagline. Man.
Well, it means they can blame it on Republicans. That's how they can get away with it. They can just blame it on the Republicans.
The family's gonna suffer. It's one of the few times we have leverage. You don't got shit. You don't got shit. Yeah.
Like I said, they're doing this so they can win elections. That's why it's going to at least election day. It might even go to December. I think it's honestly going to go till December because they want to try to win that Tennessee congressional election.
Are they that delusional that they think they can win that seat?
Yeah, well, they're already suing. Arizona's already suing because, they think that Johnson's only preventing Adelita from getting in because of the Epstein file. So I guess if she's not getting in for a while, then they're going to spend a whole bunch of money on Tennessee so they can get that Democrat in. So they can get their precious Epstein files, which will eventually just be, they'll just write Trump's name on it and claim that he's on it.
I Am Moon has been a member for 18 months. Thank you so much. Did Trump endorse Jack Ciattarelli for governor? Yes, he did. That was back in May.
He re-endorsed him.
Yeah. Talk with John Sununu. I'm saving that for a video in a little bit. I got a video playing today.
We'll just talk. We'll say it briefly.
He's running. 100% endorsed.
He announced this morning he's got a kickoff event tonight. All we got. He's got my complete and total endorsement, and hopefully he'll win. I think he will. Definitely, more than likely win the primary, and the general's a toss-up. But I think come November of next year, he'll probably be the favorite.
All right. So if anybody got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. All right.
I'm sure you guys have already talked about this on stream, but I'll bring it up again because it came to mind. Make sure you guys support former Navy SEAL Ed Galrain, who is trying to take Massey's seat in Congress next year.
Yes. In addition, also for Congress, Mark Lamb is announced. I think he's already filed to run in Arizona's 5th congressional district. That's Sandy Biggs' old seat, or current seat, I should say. Obviously, we hope that he'll become governor. He's Charlie Kirk's choice.
All right, American Nerd for 5. What the Democrats do cave after the New Jersey, Virginia races, and then whatever the next CR is up for a vote, they shut it down again for 26. It's gonna blow up with it's gonna blow up with their face, one way or the other. I have a weird feeling about this.
Well, I think what they're basically doing is they're banking on this helping them in all of the races in California, in Pennsylvania, Virginia, New Jersey, obviously. If they don't win a blowout in November, they're going to keep the shutdown going until December when you have the Tennessee special election.
Yeah.
Because obviously they overperform in special elections, so they're going to think that they'll win Tennessee, and then they'll probably just run entirely on the Epstein files and mega shutdown. So that's that.
All right. I think that's it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, of course, join the channel. That is it. Is kind of a quicker stream. It's not a lot, lots going on, just not, not much more to talk about. There will be a video in the Senate later. Actually, super chat came in. Video maker for 2. What would your Virginia AG race county map look like? I don't really know. Probably basically Youngkins. I'm guessing. There's really not many more counties to flip. Outside of winning by a landslide. Okay.
The Bill Cassidy still trying to be Trump's best friend.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
All right. See you guys next stream video, wherever you
I
see
just
us at.
stopped in to say goodbye, people. And also,
Oh,
we have a
hold
new
on.
Atlas Intel poll from Virginia. It's D plus 16.
What?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Oh.
okay. Well, what I'm not kidding about, though, is we have another campaign finance paid Disney trip.
Oh, for God. Is that Corey Mills?
Corey Mills.
Oh, my. Right here, everybody.
We had Myra Flores, I think Monday or yesterday, and then we have Corey Mills today.
One of the expenses on the bill was $533 for lodging at Disney World Swan Hotel. Oh, my God.
He lives in the state. Why does he have to get a hotel?
Yeah,
well, I
what the
guess.
heck?
I mean, some people do anyway. That's whatever. But
he's in Orlando. What? What the hell?
Some people. I mean, some people like having vacations. I get that. But why with campaign funds?
Just use your own money, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got plenty of it from. Actually, I don't know if he's up stock trading.
He probably does. And he spent. Oh my gosh, he spent on his Uber $276 in San Francisco. What the hell?
What?
This document right here says Uber, San Francisco, travel expense, $276. When he was
Who's paying $276 for an Uber?
Yeah, United Airlines.
It's gotta be like a luxury one, probably, or
United Airlines, $713. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
for Chicago, or maybe that's just because of.
That's probably where it's. Or what the hell? Capitol Hill Club, $90 for meetings and mails. $1,700 for American Express.
Actually, I think. Hold on. I think the Chicago and San Francisco that might just be the headquarters.
Yeah, it's headquarters. It's headquarters. It was.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I don't.
So
yeah, that's.
He spent $270 at Disney World. Or to go to the. Oh my god.
What's it with campaign funds in Disney World? That's interesting.
What's Lennox Transport?
Also, I do have a public service announcement. I will be live tonight on my Twitter and on Tester is Done's YouTube channel.
He's
covering the. Yeah, he's back. He's back. Covering the great New York City mayoral debate.
Oh, that's fun. Tonight.
So,
there's the second one today.
I am not watching that shit show.
Yeah, if you would like to tune in and watch me and several others react, be sure to follow at Lake Politics YT on Twitter, or subscribe to the Tester is Done YouTube channel. It'll be a.
I'll join that. Yeah, did y'all see the Virginia debate yesterday with the AI?
We're not. No, we're not talking about that. Nope. I'm not going to give that any kind of credibility.
You know, honestly, I mean, nobody's talking about Reed scandals, so I mean, nobody's talking about it anymore.
One person did. Jay Jones mentioned it at the AG debate, but like he mentioned it once.
Nobody gives a shit about it because Jay Jones' scandal is everything now. I think Reed could win. I mean, I still think he's the underdog. I think he's going to lose, but he could win. He could win.
In a nutshell, what happened, everybody? The John Reed had a debate with an AI version of because
the Dem wouldn't debate, and now she's considering suing him, and it's like all you had to do was show up at the debate, and this
DJ Aftershock for 2, Young Kid White plus Trump minority margins equals the dream. True. Rap, did you see the poll showing Cuomo would win if only native New Yorkers voted? Yeah, that should tell you everything.
Yeah, you know, it's
Wait, do we talk about the Graham Plattner thing?
He's just covering. He wants to just cover up. I mean, he's just going to cover up his tattoo now because he can't get it removed.
Yeah. All right, I got to get going, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next stream video, wherever you see us at. Godspeed.